So now that we did the sky, let's also do the reflection of the sky on the mirror, okay? What we need to do is duplicate the sky layer, which has been masked. So duplicate that by dragging it to the add layer icon. And then let's move it to the left. Now what you see is, since that sky is masked, you see that there's the shape of the path, right? So that's why actually we had linked the mask with the image so that they move together. Okay, now for this case, we don't need the mask because we want to create our own mask following the shape of the mirror as opposed to the shape of the balcony and this statue right here. So what I want to do is hover over the mask of that layer, the black and white area, thumbnail, and then click on that and drag it down all the way down to the trash. Okay? And then it's going to ask me, do I wish to apply the mask to the layer or do I wish to delete it? I wish to delete it. So I end up with the full image. Okay, now let's take this image and position it nicely over the mirror, like so. And then let's hide it. Okay. Again, let's not forget to call this sky reflection so that it makes sense to us, and then that could remain sky. Okay, so what I need to do now is draw the paths that will allow me to basically mask my sky within a certain selection. Let me zoom in. What I'm doing now is holding the command and the space bar at the same time. When I do that, you will see the plus sign in the zoom, which means it's ready to scale up. So I'm holding down the command and the space bar, and then I will click here and drag so that I get a bigger view of this particular area. Okay, so what I need to do is make a selection of wherever you see a mirror, right? So here, and then the center and the edges. So how do I do that? I can use the pen tool, but in this case, I don't really need the pen tool because I don't have curves. It will be much quicker for me if I just use the polygonal lasso tool, which allows me to, make selections with many angles. So let me go there, click and hold until you go to the polygonal lasso tool, and then let's go ahead and make our selection starting with this upper opening of the mirror. So click once and then click one more time. I'm not dragging, right? I'm just clicking and moving on. So click and then click, and now when I reach the beginning, I hope to see the circle, which means my selection is ready to be complete. So that's my first selection. Okay, now if I go ahead and make another selection right here, let's pretend this is the selection I want, my previous selection will be deselected. So that's not something I want to do. To keep my previous selection, I will hold down the Shift key and start making a new selection so that I preserve my initial selection. So holding down the Shift key, click, 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 and click. So this is my next opening. Then I have this big space right here, the center of the mirror. So again, hold down the Shift key. When you hold down the Shift key, you will see the plus sign next to the polygonal lasso tool, which means it's ready to add into the selection. Click, click, and click. Okay, same thing here. Click. Oops. I forgot to hold down the Shift key, so I'm holding it down right now. Click, 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 and click. I haven't released my finger, it's still on the Shift key. Click. Okay, I have 4 more, so click, keep holding down the Shift key. Okay, keep holding down the Shift key. And we have 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, so I have everything selected. I can zoom out now a bit. And now I can unhide my sky and then just click on the Add Mask layer. That's it. So my sky is now reflected in the mirror. Again, I can do the same thing by unlinking, hitting V to go to the Move tool, and then clicking on the image itself, not on the thumbnail of the mask, but on the image, and then moving it if we wish. Obviously, pay attention not to show the wrong part of the image. For example, mine has grass, so I'm not going to show that. Okay, this is very nice. This is a nice area. And that's it. So this is wonderful. The last thing we need to do is just add some vibrance to this balcony itself, because it looks like it's a very nice blue day, but you know, the bricks and everything else looks a bit gloomy. So let's select this background layer, go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. First of all, let's add some contrast. Okay, and then Image, Adjustments, and Vibrance. And let's add some vibrance just to make it a bit more colorful. And that's enough. Hit OK. And this is it. So you would save this file as a PSD for yourself, and then save it as a JPEG for me.